I thought I was over having like these existential crises, but apparently not because like people just talking about different things regarding the earth and what's going on around the world, and I'm busy thinking about why are we here in the first place? Like, what's the whole purpose of life? Are we just floating on this globe or this dome in the middle of nowhere with no purpose, no direction, no clarity, no God, you know? But I honestly know there's a God because my life is a direct testimony of God, God's miracles, and God's grace. That's my whole entire life. Like, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't to tell people about God. I was just thinking about the first people, and I'm not necessarily a Christian. I'm not necessarily a religious person at all because I grew up in a Muslim and a Christian household that was mainly Muslim, and that was the dominant religion of our household growing up. Growing up as a Muslim with another Christian parent and having to go to the church as well as the masjid, which is a Muslim church, it really kind of broadened my opinion and broadened my view on religion and spirituality and human origins. To me, the way we got here and why we are here is just different. Ultimately, what I have concluded is it doesn't matter if the earth is round or flat. The purpose is just to live life. The purpose is to experience life, whether it's you can see it, feel it, hear it, doing it, living it, however you can live life today. That's the purpose of life, to live it, to experience life as a human, to experience life as you, and there is no other you. There could be people that are like you or related to you and near you and around you, but they're not you. There's only one you, and there's only one of each of us, and so the purpose is just to be you, and whatever that encompasses, just do that. So another thing that I was having a little crisis about, a little existential crisis, was just thinking about the story of Adam and Eve. Was not that they literally bit an apple, but that they were brother and sisters, and they with each other, and which is, you know what I mean. And so that kind of messed me up. Like, that would mean everyone is literally related. We are all in some way brothers and sisters. We are all in some way cousins. We are all in some way related. And that also kind of brings me to another conclusion. Like, what was the original purpose of Adam and Eve? If it was just so they were brother and sister and they came here on earth as God's creation, he never meant for them to be together intimately. What would that mean? Did he mean for them to just come experience life this one time for these two people, just one life, and God can figure out what was the next thing he really wanted to do? It's just so bewildering to me. Welcome to existential crises. And I'm having another existential crisis. And this time it's about God, of course, and just thinking about certain things that humans deal with, that if there was the kind of God that people kind of speak of, would that God create these certain things? Going to the restroom, the way that we get rid of ourselves and the way that we regenerate ourselves through going to the bathroom, and that whole just our digestive system. Would a God create something so disgusting? Poop and pee, going to the restroom, and every human that ever existed being like, did God come up with that? Another thing, trash. You just think about how much trash that people produce and how much waste that there is in general. Would God create a world where trash, we had poop and bugs and rodents and all that nasty, dirty stuff? Did God create that? Welcome to extensionalism. Back to Adam and Eve. We all know how people are made. We all know what people need to survive. People can't go one day without water and food and without using the bathroom. So, you mean to tell me that the first humans came out as fully grown adults? They didn't start off as babies, kind of like given like the chicken came before the egg or the egg came before the chicken type scenario. But Adam and Eve They appear from the ethers as fully grown adults who didn't have to poop, who didn't have to pee, who didn't eat, who were brothers and sisters that ended up with each other. Like, doing here, like, what is humanity really? What are we really doing here? Because that story, just the more I talk about it, the more far-fetched it just seems. And it just seems like that type of God, the personification of perfection, just doesn't exist. That's just something that we created in our heads to comfort us on this journey of life. But there is a creator. It's just not the creator that people think it is. And for you to be worshiping that and just to not understand truly how to live life and just how to enjoy life and just how to be yourself. But I digress, and I'm going to let it go because this existentialism stuff can go on and on and on.